If your family is planning to move to the Dominican Republic, there's one part of the process nobody explains well: preparing the documents that actually let you function in the country. And if you miss even one step, everything else becomes harder. Welcome to day 18 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. Every day, weekday, I'm coming and pulling back the curtains and sharing the real process, not the polished version, of how we're preparing to move our family from Miami to the Dominican Republic. Today, we're talking about timelines, document organization, and the exact checklist you need to avoid delays and surprise requirements when you start dealing with the Dominican Republic banks, schools, lawyers, and even residency. This is the part that confuses most people, so I'm going to break it down to you step by step. So, welcome to this challenge today. Thank you so much. I'm going to talk about the process from 6 to 12 months before you make the move, and this is the ideal time, guys. At this stage, you start by collecting and validating documents, even if you're just exploring the idea, because apostages take time. Dominican Republic institutions work on their own timelines, and some documents may need to be reissued before they can even be authenticated. And the goal at this stage is to get ahead of delays. Now, 3 to 6 months before you move, this is when you should begin apostilling birth certificates, apostilling marriage certificates, translating and notarizing U.S. financial documents if needed, and requested updated bank statements and employment letters. And the goal at this stage is you want to get your core packets ready. And at 1 to 3 months before your move, this is what you want to finalize: your cedula, if you're Dominican born, a marriage recognition paperwork, kids apostilles, birth certificates, your financial packets for banks or residency, and make digital copies and store them securely. Now, at this stage, you want to tie loose ends before the stress hits. Now, let's talk about what you want to do. The second stage is you want to organize your documents, and there's 3 steps for this. You want to create 3 document folders, physical and digital. And the first folder you want to do is identity folder. Your identity folder, you're going to have there your passports, your cedula, your birth certificates, your marriage certificates. And make sure that your passport have at least 6 months before they expired, and that your cedulas are up to date. And in the second folder, you want to call this legal residency folder, legal/residency folder. And there you want to have your apostille documents, translations if you had any, consulate receipt, and part of attorney if you use any. And your third folder, you want to name this financial folder. Here you want to have your 3 months of bank statements, you want to have your pay stubs, and you want to have W-2s or any income proof. And if you do own a property, even here in the US, you want to have property ownership documents there as well. Now, you want to label the steps too. You want to label everything with dates, because apostilles will expire for certain processes, and banks require recent financial documents. So let's say that you think you have updated financial documents, but you did this 3 months ago. You might want to upload the last 3 months of your bank statements. And your residency offices require consistency. So, and then step 3, you want to store originals separately. So keep your originals in a fireproof envelope, or like we have here, we have a fireproof little safe box, or secure the document bags, and carry only copies or digital PDFs. Because anything in the Dominican Republic, officials, they do look at originals, but they will often keep copies. So having both, it makes the process smooth. So this is what I want you to have: passport unexpired for each family member, birth certificate, marriage certificate, original apostille, cedula if you're Dominican born individuals, legal recognition document, apostilles for your marriage certificate, birth certificate, translation, consular validation receipt, proof of nationality for your spouse, and 3 months of bank statements, clean and concise, right? Pay stubs, employment letter. This is optional, but it could be helpful. U.S. property ownership documentation, if applicable, relationship between employment and deposit, because the bank wants to see that whatever monthly statements you have comes to the bank, and proper real estate. Now, If you have kids and they're school age, you might want to also apostille the birth certificates and school transcripts, because some of the school also require their own apostillas. You want to have your immunization records, passport size photo, and letter of enrollment or confirmation if going to the DL school. So what I want you to take away into this video is being prepared legally and financially is what keeps your move intentional instead of chaotic. Start early, stay organized, and your future you will thank you. Now, guys, thank you for joining today's episode. If you want a copy of the document preparation checklist, I actually made one and it's really nice. It's very organized. Just come and checklist or email me at info@livingintheartguide.com with the subject, the 18 document prep. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss tomorrow's episode.